Boom. What's up, guys? Master of all things here. Now, I know I have not recorded a video in mad long. I'm not gonna lie. I apologize. If you hear stuff in the background, no, you don't. You're actually just thinking about it. But um, I know I've missed like 2 weeks now. I was gonna do a video last week, but then work came by, and it's just been kind of chaotic throughout the weeks. So I just didn't have time to make a video. But I think this video is honestly pretty fun for me. I think I'm gonna do a little rant on some of these people that I don't like. I know the last guy I'm gonna do a little rant on. Actually, I might switch him up with someone else. But um, I definitely have more videos on the way now. Sorry for the lack of like consistency. I know I've been like really inconsistent for since the start. Like I just don't know. Honestly, I'm just trying to find out a schedule. I think I might do 4 videos, like Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. That might be too much, but I'll see. Maybe Tuesday instead of Monday. But again, I'll see how I want to spread out the videos. So I think I think I think I'll definitely make more videos. Like I'm definitely gonna either release a video either tomorrow or Tuesday. So as the video is definitely gonna come out. And then again, I want to do another video before Carlos Prates versus uh JDM. I want to do a video before that. But let's just get on to today. We're gonna be tier listing the wins of these UFC fighters and tier listing the asterisks behind the wins. So say I'm gonna do one. I'm gonna just say one, like say how they won, what happened during the fight, and if it's like a huge asterisk in it, like oh my, like he would have lost if this didn't happen, or S tier is like bro, you would have like it changed the fight in general. Not that he would have lost, but like this situation happened and it changed the fight for the whole thing. Um, and D tier is like even like there's no D tier is like nothing happened. Like they people say something happened, but it didn't happen. Like it wouldn't have mattered. C and B tier are kind of like C tier is like kind of iffy. Like you kind of making out. B and A tier like something did happen, but I like it's not too crazy. I'll explain it. I'll like explain it more when I'm talking about the fighters, but um all right, let's start with the first one, Joshua Van. Now, as much as I love Joshua Van, I hope he continues to be a active champion. I could see him beating Tatsuro Taira, Manel Cap, Horiguchi, and hopefully a Pantoja rematch happens before, after the. I believe it's probably gonna happen after the Tatsuro Taira one. But to be honest, bro, it's a S tier. It's a S tier asterisk in that win, bro. I, as a even like the Glazers, you kind of have to admit like obviously it's just like the way the fight ended is a big asterisk on the win just because he didn't technically beat him like in a fight. It's just that it stopped because of an injury that he caused, but also like we didn't see an actual fight. So honestly, like I feel like it's pretty easy S tier. Like I feel like if the fight would have happened, obviously there wouldn't be an asterisk, but since the way it ended, it didn't even last a minute, I believe. So obviously, like I can't excuse that in my opinion. Now, for Ilya Taporia, this one I chose is when Volkanovski came back. I believe it was like less than 4 months. I believe it. I think he fought Islam in September and he fought him December. It was like that. I believe it was like the last month before, or I think it was like a couple. I think a month after, a month before the New Year's. And honestly, that's low key a A tier. I'm sorry, that's a A tier. I like I'm sorry. That's a A tier. That's a A tier thing. I think in the end, I do think he would have won, but once you're fighting a guy that's over 35. Actually, I'm not gonna say the age, but you fought a guy that went on a that just fought a champion in a week's notice, had to cut down, was not training, had to go to a different country. Like he had nothing going for him, and then turns around quickly to fight you. There's a big asterisk behind that win. I'm sorry, there is like if if he wouldn't have taken the fight like against Islam, I believe there would have been a huge difference between how he fought against how he fought against Ilia Topuria and versus how he would have fought if he didn't take the fight. Obviously, it's a bunch of what ifs, but still, like you really got to think about the what ifs once in a while. Um, yeah, like it's just too much of a big ass like asterisk with those things. Like he came on a week notice, wasn't training, got head kicked badly, and and they're gonna take a quick turnaround against someone who's undefeated, has been knocking out, submitting people on the rise. Just clinically like just dominated Josh Emmett. I believe was the last fight before he fought Volkanovski. Like and I think that was like a almost a year, almost a year between that fight and this one. So he's been waiting for almost a year to fight Volkanovski, while Volkanovski has been waiting, has only gotten probably a couple weeks honestly to recover and then quickly take the fight. So yeah, I think that's a pretty big asterisk. Again, I do think he would have won, but the way the fight would have happened would have been different, in my opinion. On to the next guy, Carlos Oberg. That's straight D tier, bro. I'm sorry, bro. I love Yuri, but you cannot claim you were showing mercy when you were clearly still hitting the legs. You try to push him against the fence so you can hit him, like, and then claim you were merciful, and then like I can understand the like I don't think he was mercy, but I think he was. I actually don't believe it at all. I think he was trying to bait Carlos Oberg into like trying to do some dumbass like him just trying to go up to Yuri so he could counterattack him. I think that's what Yuri was trying to do, but he realized Carlos Oberg wasn't trying to do anything. So when he thought he was back, when he was back to defense, Yuri probably like thought like, okay, this is my chance. And then once he threw it, he got hit with a left check left, got down, and then as soon as he went up and said, nah, I showed mercy. Like, bro, you can't show mercy and then hit him in the leg, hit him, do a fucking leg kick as soon as it happened, bro. I'm sorry, bro. That doesn't work like that. You can't do that. Yeah. But that's clearly D tier. Um, yeah, bro. Like you like Carlos Oberg has the like if Yuri would have won, it would have been It would have been like B tier for Yuri. That's because like he literally blew out his fucking knee. Who knows what the fight would have happened, but he didn't. He fucked up and gave Carlos Oberg the biggest opportunity of his lifetime by basically handing him his chin. He basically said, yo, Carlos Oberg, bro, chin me." That's literally what he did. So it's D tier for Carlos Oberg. He's the one that had the most disadvantage and still came out on top. So I can't say anything but respect it. I kind of feel bad for him because he knocked him out. Had a pretty I wouldn't say entertaining, but at least a decent fight with versus Jan Blachowicz, and he knocked out Dominic Reyes getting into the title fight. So I don't like. I understand like you don't finding the most, like you don't like him, but like, bro, how are you gonna say Ankalaev save us, brother? He is not saving you. He has. When was the last time Ankalaev has gotten a KO? Tell me right now. You cannot tell me, bro. Off the top of your head, think of it right now. You can't, bro. I'm sorry, bro. He's not saving the heavyweight the light heavyweight division. Carlos Oberg right now is probably the best decision right now. Come on, bro. On to the next guy, Islam Makhachev. For this win, I specifically chose when when Volkanovski went up, and I'm not gonna lie, that's another S tier asterisk. I do think it is a S tier asterisk. It is a clear that's a handed out win, because again, you're taking a fight against a grappler. You already fought Volkanovski the last fight, so it's not like you never had any experience against him. So you already know how he moves and stuff, and so you're already cut down, you're already fit, you're already weighed in, or you're basically weighed in, and so you already know what's gonna happen against Volkanovski. Volkanovski gets a call. I don't know if it was less than a week or the week of, or like a week before he had to like come in and do the press conference and everything. I think it was a week, and then completely has to cut down to 155. He was not training. He was not thinking about the fight. Had from Australia to Russia. That's like, I'm sorry, bro. That's too many things that adds up. That's an asterisk. Like, bro, I'm sorry. Like, I cannot take that. That's in my opinion, this is worse than Ilya Taporia, because I feel like Ilya Taporia, I feel like would have KO'd him either way. Maybe the first 3 rounds, no matter what. In my opinion, I think maybe it could have looked like a Max Holloway type of win, but like a week notice, like was eating badly. Look, if you looked at him, he looked bad. He looked terrible. He did not look like the 150. He looked like a middleweight. That's how unprepared he was for the fight. And so I mean, I'm sorry, bro. Like, that's a pretty bad like error on that win. Now I do think that the win is still good because he knocked him out so quickly that like you kind of have to be like, okay, that's what you should do against a guy that comes in on 1 week's notice with nothing. In my opinion, I feel like the win kind of still counts because you're knocking him out in the first round in like the first 3 minutes with no, like, you took no damage, and like that killed him basically. I feel like that one should still count because how quickly the fight ended. If it would have lasted way longer, I'm like, all right, bro, that one don't count, bro. You're getting that much on a fucking, like, come on, bro. A 1 week notice, Volkanovski's taking you 5 rounds. Come on, bro. But I feel like the win should still count, but it is a big asterisk on that win. But yeah, still a good win though. Still a good win because of the head kick. On to the next guy, John Jones. For this one, I didn't put the Dominic Reyes one because I didn't want to put another S tier. For this one, I put his recent win, which was Stipe Miocic. Miocic, I guess that's it. Stipe. I'm gonna just say Stipe. And honestly, I know I'm gonna put B tier because I do think John Jones just would have done the same thing. Like, he would have just probably TKO'd him. But like, obviously Stipe is way older. He hasn't fought in since, I think that fight was like in 2020, 2021, probably early. And then was working as a firefighter and everything. So he like, but at least when he came back, he had, I think, over a year to prepare. Like, once John Jones injured himself, he had to wait like almost a year. So then he had a year to prepare. Now again, I like, it is, I wouldn't say it's a big asterisk compared to the other ones, because I know Stipe Miocic like was doing all these things, but he at least got the heads up, then prepared, then went back, and then like he was decent, but like, still, I do think even if it wasn't his prime, let's say a year after, um, the Francis Ngannou, if everything happened a couple years earlier, let's just say that, and John Jones beat Cyril Gane for the interim, and then I think he still would have beat him in my opinion. I think John Jones was still that good. Obviously he beat him, but like, he was still, obviously, John Jones is still that good that even a CP Milchick that's a younger, that's probably a little bit more lighter, probably that was probably training, I think he would still lose on him in my opinion. I feel like the grappling would still take effect. The he I mean, this, maybe the striking could have got him, but I don't know. I don't think the striking would have got him in my opinion. It was still good enough to like at least do something against John Jones, but I don't think it was great enough to like really like affect him. Now for the next one, this one's a little tricky. I feel like well, how people say it, but I mean, against the Peter Yan one, like, Peter Yan was constantly saying that like his hand was broken, and if you look at the fight, you look at it now. I mean, he kind of was telling the truth. It was like, if that prime Peter Yan that I think that lost to, I think that was the rematch against Aljamain. I'm pretty sure that what it was. So because he beat Corey to get the interim, he lost to Aljamain. I don't know if this was right after or he fought it. I'm pretty sure this was Marab. I mean, that's a pretty decent asterisk against that win, because then it shows that the rematch, um, that I'm blanking. Um, the rematch, that when he did come back fully healthy, He stuffed all the takedowns. He was using his right hands. His right hand wasn't compromised. He was hitting a lot. And maybe I think maybe against the takedowns when he was on the fence, it was kind of hard for him to attack because his hand is fucked. He didn't want to fuck up the hand more. So I mean, that's and he showed it. Like he got 50-45 because of a broken hand, but then he 49, arguably 50-45. I don't know if it was a 50-45 or 49-48, 49, 49-46. But still, bro, I think I think it showed that like yo like that happened, and like he showed what would happen if it did not happen. I kind of just fucked up with the wording. I'm sorry. I'm watching Trailblazers versus San Antonio, so calm down. But yeah, I think it did show what would happen if he was fully healthy. And I know I'm gonna say this right now. I think the Peter Yan, because people are saying that because he fought 4 times. I think I'm gonna put this as the same tier as John Jones, because in my opinion, I know he fought 4 times. It was the weeks, but I do think, like in my opinion, I don't think anything Marab, like it's not like Rainer de Ritter versus nah, I'm not even gonna say that. Like everything Marab was doing was the same thing Marab was doing the other fights. So it's not like he changed his style against Peter Young because he was doing a quick turnaround, doing anything different, doing like he just was trying to stand like do no takedowns more, honestly. He was trying to, I don't know, stay on the feet. There you go. He was trying to stay on the feet more in this fight than the other fights, I suppose. But it nothing in my opinion showed that like Morale was acting different because of it. And even at the end he said it wasn't really a factor. And Peter Yan was targeting the body because everyone like I don't know if it's like a curse with like Anthony Hernandez, Marab, and like every one of them, that if you target the body, these cardio machines just instantly destroy, which is kind of crazy. But I do think like he was already he targeted the body, so that made him tired. He was hitting him. He was elbowing when he tried to grapple. He defense like those defenses were actually like beautiful when Marab was trying to take him down, and I think Peter Yan took him down a couple times too. So I feel like in my opinion, it's not as much as like a factor. It is a big factor, like it's still a decent factor, but I don't think it's an A or S tier type thing where like, oh, it's a really big one. Because one, um, the weight cut honestly is probably the worst thing about it. But I do think even then, like a healthy weight cut, Marab, I feel like still didn't look different in my opinion. Like if he won the fight, would people even look at this as like, oh, he's that good? The weight cut or anything wouldn't affect him. But like now people are saying it. Now it's saying now people that are saying it are saying like, oh, the weight cut's affecting him. But yeah, I don't know. That's weird. Now I'm not gonna lie. I kind of realized all of these are S. These next four are gonna be S and A tier. I've none for C tier. It was kind of hard thinking of these big asterisks, but I think these are fair. For Cheeto Vero, I'm sorry, bro. Your win against Sean O'Malley is fraudulent. It is fraudulent, bro. He did not mean to have him have him a dead foot. And even if he did, even once he was having a dead foot, Sean O'Malley was still piecing him up even with 1 foot. If you look at the fight, he was still obviously he wasn't that piecing him up that bad, but he was still doing landing shots against Chito Vera, and it took him till Sean O'Malley fell to the like tripped and fell to the ground for Chito Vera to get in some shots. So in my opinion, like that, like, and then once the rematch happens, you get 50-45, you get done dirty. Like there's levels shown. I'm sorry, bro. That win is not counting. That win is not counting in my opinion. That is fraudulent. That is a fraudulent win. That is a S tier win. That is a S tier fraudulent asterisk win. Now it's not as bad as the next two. I'm gonna say this one is legitimately. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, bro. You're cheated throughout that whole fight against Ignacio Bahamondes. You grabbed the cage. I think it was happened like twice, and then you headbutt him in the middle of the fight. I'm sorry, bro. That is clear cheating. when Baja Mendes, I don't know. I think him grabbing the cage and not getting taken down is what led to him splitting him up and opening with all the bleeding and everything. That literally changed the whole fight. And him headbutting him just was the cherry on top on that. I'm sorry, bro. That win should not count. That should honestly be a DQ. That should be overturned to a no contest. Because that one thing cheated Ignacio out of a win. If obviously maybe if he didn't do it, maybe he could win. But we're right now we're like that's what happened. I'm sorry, bro. You cheated. You reversed it. You hit split him open. That cheat made you split him open. I'm sorry. That's the correlation. That's a S tier asterisk. I'm not. That's so bad. I'm sorry. I cannot count that one in my opinion. But yeah, that is terrible. That is horrible. I don't know how the UFC why the UFC didn't like overturn this one because that is bad. If you look at the fight, Ignacio wasn't doing that bad. But when he grabbed the cage, then split him open, headbutted him. That's too much of a thing. Like I'm sorry, but you have to put that as a S tier. A tier, I feel like if he won, but like nothing bad, like it wasn't really because of that. I would be like, okay, like that's like A or B tier. But like that directly led to him splitting him open, and then just did the headbutt. Like if you look at the headbutt, that like he just did that for no reason, which was crazy. So yeah, that's S tier. Fuck this guy. I really don't like him because of that. That really like ruined my. Cause he looked kind of decent. Like he kind of sucked against that. I forgot the guy's name. He was on lightweight, but now it's welterweight. But he got submitted by him. But he still kind of looked like decent. I was like, hopefully this guy's cool. And he's versus Ignacio Bahaman is like kind of impossible to have a bad fight against him. But then you're cheating, you're headbutting him, you're doing all this. I'm like, I'm sorry, bro. I cannot respect you after that fight. I really hope he loses. I think he has a fight coming up. I don't think he does, but fuck him, bro. Dead ass. Like he's the most annoying. Like dead ass. I don't know how he even got that win. That's pure stupidness from UFC. Hamzat Chimaev for this win I got against Kamaru Usman, and I'm not like again. That's a S tier. Like bro, coming out like those are completely different. Like bro, and he took you to the decision. He arguably had a draw against you. Like that is crazy. That is genuinely crazy. You have a majority decision against Kamaru Usman, and you 10-8'd him the first round. How is that possible? I'm sorry, bro. That's like if a 5 round middleweight Kamaru Usman fights you on a full camp. I low key think he's beating Hamzat like that. Like actually, nah. I think maybe he could, cause he could defend the takedown since I think he was basically untakeable. I was about to say some dumb shit. He basically had 100% takedown defense until Leon Edwards. And Leon Edwards was the only person to take him down, and it was only because of a trip. It wasn't because Leon Edwards actually like meant to take it, because he took him down, like try to do a takedown shot. So I think Kamaru Usman could like obviously preparing for Hamzat could do it, but at the same time, Hamzat was fighting for Paulo Costa, which are two different fighters, because Paulo Costa is never gonna take down Hamzat. So I do think it was because of the change of fighters that I kind of fucked up Hamzat. Like obviously he's fighting for someone. He's fighting someone that's naturally not going to be good, never going to be as good as him as a takedown defender or even like take him down or reverse or anything. But finding someone obviously coming out the couch is always naturally just going to be better than Paulo Costa at everything grappling wise. So I think maybe that's what. But at the same time, that's still like he took you to a decision, and then like a majority decision too. Like maybe if it was like a easy 29-28, 30-27, I'd be like, okay, that's a A tier, but at least you kind of destroyed him. Or but like a majority decision is like one judge made it think like you won, like that Kamaru Usman won. That's bad. I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty bad. That is terrible. Obviously now he's like destroyed Robert and then destroyed Jerkis, but still that's bad. That's a bad win. Like that's if you like there's no such as thing a bad win, but if it could, that's a bad win. Like losing to someone that not losing, but barely winning a fight that one had it a draw against someone that's coming out the couch a week's notice. Not, I don't know if he was training, but clearly not. Like he's, I don't think anyone in the welterweight division at that time was really a grappler that he would that like I don't know, especially up a weight class too. That he's already gonna be fatter. So yeah, that's a crazy win. That's that not a good way. And now for Paddy Pimblett, I'm not gonna lie. I know you guys are gonna ask me, oh, what fight did you have this one? I had his basically his whole career. His whole career, I feel like has been A or S tier as asterisk wins. The best win he's got right now is Bobby Green, and because Bobby Green all of a sudden wants to wants to have a good fucking unk moment. I'm not gonna lie, I might do another one of these tier lists where I'm gonna rate all the unks. Like just see, like which one's S and D tier. I think that one will be funnier too. But he beat Tony Ferguson, which I think was a 6 fight losing streak. I think that's when he went to welterweight and lost to Michael Chiesa. He beat Michael Chandler, who was on a 4 fight losing streak. That's gonna lose to Mauricio Rufy. That's still somehow in the top. I think now he's in the top 15, but he was in the top 10, which is crazy. He lost to Jared Gordon, and I feel like I'm missing someone else, but I think that is right. I'm trying to think. I'm pretty sure that's it. Maybe he had another one that like I'm trying to think of like that's also kind of bad. But most and he lost to the the worst version of Justin Gaethje you could ever lose to. I'm sorry, bro, but BSD is beating that version of Justin Gaethje. I feel like anyone would beat that version of Justin Gaethje. That is the worst version of Justin Gaethje ever, and literally he won because he knew Paddy Pimblett doesn't have any threat of the take like offense takedown. Like he's not gonna like he only gets it because people are coming in and then he'll like trip takedown. That's when he gets it. But he's not gonna do what Islam could be where he's coming in with the takedown because he doesn't do that. It's not good at all. Like and he just folded under. Obviously he showed up, but like he still folded against when Justin Gaethje was putting pressure on him. He just couldn't find anything. He was just getting lucky shots, just hoping that they would knock out Justin Gaethje, but they didn't. But Justin Gaethje was already what like late 30s. I think he had a staph infection on his neck, so he's already now like even worse. You gas out, you gas out before Justin Gaethje. Like how is that possible? I'm sorry. Armin Sarukian's beating him. Charles Oliveira's beating him. Max Holloway's beating him again. BSD's beating him. Gamrot's gonna beat him. Dan Hooker would beat that version. Rufy's gonna beat that version. Oh shit, my bad. Bro, I think Beneil Dariush would beat him too. I fully believe Beneil Dariush right now, even after he lost to BSD, would beat that version of Justin Gaethje, bro. I'm sorry. That version of Justin Gaethje is so bad. It's not even funny. I think Michael Chandler beats that version. Everyone, I might be overreacting, but I truly think everyone in the rankings, maybe except one person, I think everyone beats Justin Gaethje. That version is so bad. That Paddy Pimblett had the easiest layup of all time, and he still somehow fucked it up. I'm sorry, bro. I cannot like. That is a fraudulent title run. I'm like, come on, bro. You're telling me the only like you can like how are you like such a good grappler but can't find a way to take down people naturally? Like go up to them and take them down. That is such a crazy mindset to me. That you're one of the best grapplers in the UFC, but somehow can't take people down to show that grappling off. That is crazy. That is actually ridiculous. That is crazy. It's like just think of like a prime UFC fighter can't just find a way to take him down. You like that fight showed that neither of them deserved the interim. Neither of them deserved it. Justin Gaethje looked bad. Paddy Pimblett looked bad. Everyone throughout the whole fight, it was entertaining. I'll give him that. But it's a bad fight to show off. Like yeah, one of these two guys are gonna fight for the title. While Armin Sarukian, Charles Oliveira, I know he lost, but still, Max Holloway, BSD, those people, nah, we're not gonna give them chances. I understand Charles Oliveira not getting it because he lost, and BSD just beat Beneil Dariush. So I understand. But that fight showed, yeah, neither of them deserved it. They should have just, like, after that fight, they should have been like, yeah, he won, but he's not getting an interim title fight. because that fight showed nothing. That like, oh my god, they're gonna show something against Ilya Topuria. Fuck no, they're not. They are not like it's not gonna show anything against Ilya Topuria that he hasn't seen. He fought people. He fought Volk. He fought Max Holloway. Max Holloway is like it's always showing pressure. Justin Gaethje is gonna die because he's gonna try to show pressure. Like people are gonna be like, oh, Justin Gaethje could put pressure on Ilya Topuria. He fought Max Holloway. How is he not like? I'm not saying they're the same fighter, but I'm saying like pressure wise, they're gonna show pressure the same way Max. He's gonna show pressure the same way Max Holloway is. Ilya Topuria is gonna kill Justin Gaethje. Like round one minute. I think the only it's not. I think it might last maybe a round is because Ilya Topuria is just not gonna do the kill shot yet. I really do think so. I think Ilya Topuria could knock him out in the first round, first minute of the round. And the only reason why he might not is because he doesn't want to be aggressive in that first round. But I truly think Justin Gaethje is not gonna show anything to Ilya Topuria that he hasn't seen already. Justin Gaethje really showed nothing that good that Ilya Topuria hadn't seen. He fought the best version of Max Holloway. Maybe not the best because he was weight cutting, but he fought a good version of Max Holloway, a pressure version of Volkanovski. I know I said it, but Volkanovski still showed some sort of decent shit against him. Like Charles Oliveira. So the grappling of Charles Oliveira, the IQ-ness of Volkanovski, and the pressure of Max Holloway. What in that, like, the IQ, Justin Gaethje's retarded, stupid. The pressure, Max Holloway showed it better, and he already overcame it. And the grappling is non-existent. He's like, what grappling does Justin Gaethje have that's gonna show Ilya Topuria? Nothing. Like, I know people make fun of Bryce Mitchell, but Bryce Mitchell has good grappling. Like Bryce Mitchell has better grappling than Justin Gaethje. He obviously Charles Oliveira does. So yeah, he's done. Like I don't like Justin Gaethje and Paddy Pimblett should have beaten him. This is my point. Paddy Pimblett should have beaten him, and he didn't because he sucks. I'm sorry, bro. He might lose to BSD if that fight's confirmed, but at the same time, that BSD is a hard fight for Paddy Pimblett because they are good grapplers. That's why it's a hard fight because BSD is gonna try to show the take. It would be takedown, but if he stays on the feet, he could TKO Paddy Pimblett. I think because he could pull him in pull him on the fence, take him down, and then TKO him ground and pound. But I think if he straight up goes for grappling, it's gonna be obviously way harder because Paddy Pimblett's a really good grappler. But if he does a Justin Gaethje where he doesn't even try to go like grappling and just pressures him, like, and just like TKOs him, I could really see BSC easily beating Paddy Pimblett in like the first. I know it's probably gonna be 3 rounds, so like the first 2 rounds, I could see that happening. Kind of like a Dan Hooker, where he kind of loses the pace against the first round, but then brings it up in the second round or even the third round if it goes by. But honestly, I could see a decision to BSD. Like Justin Gaethje, I think because Paddy Pimblett does have a good chin, so he'd only get TKO'd. But sorry for the long rant. I was passionate about that one specifically because I know how bad and how fraudulent he is. He could prove me wrong. I mean, shit. If he shows a good takedown offense takedown, I'll shut up. I'll glaze him. But until then, I don't know. I feel like he makes fun of other people for being irrelevant. But bro, you lost to Justin Gaethje, the worst version of Justin Gaethje, the easiest matchup you could have gotten. You lost to that version, a prime Paddy Pimblett, and you lost to that version of Justin Gaethje, and you're gonna make fun of other people. Like you're gonna make fun of other people's hype. Gamrot would destroy you. I'm sorry, bruh. Oliveira would destroy you. I have nothing else more to say. Fight Gamrot, bruh. Bruh, you're ducking Gamrot. You're ducking him. You don't want the smoke. You don't want the gamer smoke. But as I said, that's it. That's all I'm gonna say. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like I said, I'm gonna try to do another video Monday or Tuesday to at least be somewhat consistent, or at least put something throughout the week. I know, but yeah. I try to be more active against like I have a Twitter account, but I don't really want to use it. I'll have it on, but I don't know if I'll ever maybe post. I might like and repost some shit, but I don't know if I might tweet. But yeah, guys, thank you guys for watching. Sorry for the long break. I'll try to be more consistent. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.